is actually shifting to other sources of energy from oil. And here in the Niger Delta, our major source of revenue is from derivation and all that. Now, with the trend in the global oil market, how will the region, fare when revenue from oil is no longer coming as much as it used to do?
That's a fundamental question that I think leaders in the Niger Delta, and of course Niger Deltans, and of course even those who are resident here, not just those of us who are indigenous to the Niger Delta, should be concerned about, because as a natural resource, um, crude oil that we have come to see, and then it wasn't in any way in the beginning of our lives
Okay.
part of our probably economic resource.
Hmm.
But until when it became economic resource, I believe that we were existing, and then we would therefore imagine what life was like then, and then what life became when we had this discovery. And then the big question is, what if this thing goes away? How are we going to exist? Especially now that we have been exposed to what I would say the advantages that actually came with the discovery of oil and gas, and then with the boom in oil and gas. And then we've forgotten about every other aspect of our lives, including our economic opportunities and endowments, and then we focused on oil and gas. So if it goes away, what is going to happen to us? But I tell you, the way we have patterned our lives now, without oil and gas, if we do not begin now to become conscious in devising other opportunities to be able to sustain our lives after now, if oil and gas goes away, assuming it's like a snap like that, we really are going to be in serious challenge, particularly in economic survival.
Okay. All right. Now, besides oil and gas, the region is blessed with other natural resources, that can be harnessed for economic development. You'll agree with
Yes.
me. Now, the question is, are governors in the states of the Niger Delta actually doing enough to diversify the economies of their respective states?
No, they aren't. They are not. We haven't seen that yet, and regrettably so, because it's not about statements, it's not about policy objectives or intentions or aspirations, or sometimes even for politicians, being that we are in a democratic system now, to make those statements, those flamboyant statements, probably in rallies and all that. But we haven't seen those pragmatic steps, not even in terms of policies, to consciously direct towards seeking other opportunities. I mean, alternative opportunities of economic development in our parts of the country, in the region, or even our respective states. We still are concerned about what is derivable from oil and gas. We are concerned about the monies we are drawing from oil and gas. And unfortunately, we are not even applying the revenues that are coming from oil and gas into areas that may probably create alternative sources of revenue, very significant alternative sources of revenue, to the extent that if oil is not there, how do we continue to survive? So I do not think that we really have demonstrated to any reasonable extent. It's unfortunate that most of the states have not even considered it. It's unfortunate that most of our states, even the very heart of the oil and gas states, have not even I'm not sure that they have even thought about the possibility of looking the other way, and developing other opportunities, even discovering other natural resources that are valuable for us. You take, for example, we have vast arable land
Yeah,
that is very fertile.
yes,
But
yeah.
what are we doing? It means that we aren't doing anything.
Okay, we
We
are
have
actually coming to
all
that.
the waters around us, all kinds of waters, rivers, lakes, creeks, seas, ocean. What opportunities are we taking from? I mean, what advantage are we really drawing from these opportunities? We really aren't.
Okay,
So I do not think we're prepared.
that's okay. Now, you actually took the question from me
Oh dear.
because I was coming to it. Like you did mention, the region is actually endowed with aquatic, the environment is quite conducive for fishing and farming, and we have the land there. But the question there is, with, like you rightly mentioned, that the governors of the region have not done enough to actually look beyond the money coming from proceeds from crude oil. Now, don't you think that if these resources are actually harnessed,